So I want to talk about love alchemy, true love alchemy. Um, Everything that we experience in this world starts with desire, because we look at the 3D world outside us and we desire things. And when you desire something, you desire, like a sire, like royalty. You step down from royalty because in truth you're God in essence. Um, the person you think you are in your everyday identity, that's basically like it's a construct, it's an interface, it's the ego. It's something you use to a perfect love needed to create a construct, a character to interface with this duality. And we created the most vicious beast we could to maintain status and to survive in this duality. But in truth, that's not who you are. The person you wake up to every day with the worries and the burdens and the fear, that's a character, that's a construct, that's an interface that perfect love created to interface with this duality. Um, we need to get to the interface, the inner part of yourself that that is a face that sees, that has its own views on reality, and its own views are the true views of reality. The ego mind is a mind of just error, and the more we desire, the more it causes us to step away from our true essence. You know, when we perform actions, we're acting, right? So we're acting, we're playing a character when we perform actions. Because true essence is a stillness, it's a oneness. It needs not do anything, for it is fulfilled in every aspect. And this world is based on cycles, and if you break down cycle like psy, you know, kill, it kills your inner essence, not in totality, but the more you just get caught in routine and cycles of the ego, patterns, energetic patterns, you get stuck in a box, and you're not experiencing true reality. So in a sense, it's a death, but you are in essence immortal, but it's a temporal disconnection from your true identity, you know, and we inner sense the truth, and that is your innocence. So when you find your inner sense, you will become innocent, and none of the laws of karma or anything can be held against you, because you are one with God, and God is not bound by any karma. Karma is only bound by the ego and the character, so you must separate from the character. The devil is dev, ill, like developer, DEV, ill. It's a sick developer. The devil is a sick developer, a sick creator, an inverted creator. So a devil is basically, a, a product of the duality, the shadow self. When you split perfect love into two, you know, you get the self-righteous God self. That's not the true God self, but it's a self-righteous lower ego God self. And then you have the demonic, the devilish self, which is, the opposite in duality. So you can't get a perfect love in duality. That's why you must return to oneness, into your inner sense, to your innocence. Um, let's see. So the subconscious is like who you truly are, but your conscience awareness that you experience in your day to day is like the tip of an iceberg. If you could visualize the tip of an iceberg, and the rest of the iceberg that's submerged is like your true self, which is like the God self, which is just infinitely massive. But what you experience is just the tip of the iceberg in your everyday. And you want to integrate the whole iceberg into oneness. Instead of just experiencing that tip, you want to experience the whole iceberg as a totality, as a whole. So, we're sustained by higher principles. You're not sustained by the body. The spirit sustains the body. The spirit sustains everything. People look into diet and health, and that is important, but the spirit is beyond all that, and the spirit will dictate everything. 1111, we always see 1111, 111. 1111 represents divine balance. 8 is because everything's encrypted, everything's in the language you speak, everything's in the numbers around you. It's just basically everything's trying to get you to ascend. Nature itself wants you to ascend. You're not meant to be here for forever. There's basically been errors in the process that keep us here, and we need to ascend. And everything's trying to get us to ascend, but the blindness and the ignorance of the lower mind and the lower consciousness just keeps us basically entrapped in this lower realm. Let's see. But if you listen to silence, the inner silence, the true silence, it speaks of love. Frequency, if you break it down, is free, queen, see. Free the divine feminine, love, and you will see. Free, queen, see. Eternal, energy turns all. Eternal. E is energy, turn, all. Energy, eternal. The pineal gland is a physioelectric, it's the crystal city. The pineal gland is the crystal city. Like the Wizard of Oz, the Emerald City, everything is the pineal gland is where the wizard is, But basically, the pineal gland, thine eye be single with only one of two consciences: the true light of God or the worldly conscience. And the worldly conscience is all ego. So you're really limited by the views of being a lower conscious being trying to perceive, because you're only going to see carnal and physical things. You won't see the spiritual. So the crystal city is in the pineal gland. It's the physioelectric network that's in your pineal gland. It's like a receiver. It's like an antenna that the spirit uses in the body to basically just travel, to sense, to basically experience. Everything's experienced through the pineal gland. Let there be light. Reality is basically light projected upon the void. So everything you see in front of you is a projection that is being projected on the void. There's really pitch blackness. Everything around you is like completely black, but you're just seeing a light projected upon the void. Yeah, it's deep. It's deep like that. Let's see. Reality, just in its nature of the word reality, describes a cycle. Reality. And if you break it down, ality, the suffix, is used to basically describe a thing, right? The characteristics and nature of a thing. So it basically means re-thing. So reality is re-thing, which basically is like, reality basically means being in a cycle, reincarnation, karmic cycle, whatever you want to call it. Every day is a cycle, every month is a cycle, every week is a cycle, until you start to ascend past these cycles into higher consciousness. You live in patterns, and every day seems different, but it really isn't. You're just moving in energetic patterns and cycles, highs and lows, until you find the divine equilibrium, the divine balance. You'll be stuck in the ups and downs. So it's a very complex thing. Let's see. It's complex, but at the same time, it's simple. Because when the mind can perceive things on a divine level, everything just comes together like ABC. So it's just a process of integrating into a higher consciousness, to transfer and alchemize into a higher consciousness. The base metals into gold. That's what it is. Love is the key that transfers the consciousness into a higher existence. Only love. Like 1 Corinthians 13, Galatians 5. It's not about religion, but those are truths. Those are truths.